Stage 1. The Boy. The wooden floor is freezing against your bare feet. It is 4 in the morning. The air in the dojo smells of old cedar and sweat. You are 7 years old. You are not a child anymore. You are a son of the house of Matsudaira. Your father stands over you. He does not smile. He hands you a bokken, a wooden practice sword. It is heavy. Your wrists ache. He tells you to strike the post. You strike it once. Again. 100 times. Your skin tears. You stop to look at the blood. He strikes you across the shoulders with a bamboo rod. Pain is a guest, he says. Do not let it sit at your table. You will spend the next 10 years in this room. You will learn to read the Chinese classics, to brush calligraphy with a steady hand, and to sit in seiza for hours until your legs go numb. But the sword is the center of your universe. You aren't just learning to fight. You are learning to die. In 6 years, you will be standing on a windswept ridge, watching a village burn, and you will realize that everything you are learning now, the grip, the stance, the breathing, is the only thing keeping your head attached to your shoulders. Right now, you are a servant to the blade. You clean the stables. You carry the armor of the older men. You watch the way they walk, feet sliding across the floor like water. You learn the kata. The same movement, 10,000 times, over and over until your muscles forget how to do anything else. You are a hollow vessel being filled with the history of your ancestors. You aren't a person. You are a weapon in training. Stage 2. The ceremony. You are 15. The room is silent, filled with the scent of heavy incense. The top of your head has been shaved in the sakyaku style. You wear the hakama, the flowing trousers of your class. Today, you receive your soul. Your father places 2 swords in your belt, the long katana and the short wakizashi. The weight of the steel pulls at your hip. It is a constant, reassuring pressure. You are no longer a boy. You are a samurai. You are granted a name. You are granted the right to kill. If a commoner insults you or fails to bow, the law of kirisute gomen allows you to strike them down on the spot. But the power is a weight, not a gift. You walk through the market. The peasants press their faces into the dirt as you pass. You don't feel pride. You feel the distance. You are a man apart. You live in a world of rigid lines and sharp edges. One wrong word to a superior, one moment of cowardice, and the only way out is a blade in your own gut. Keep your hand off the hilt, a veteran whispers as you pass. Only a fool shows his teeth before he bites. You head to the province's edge. You are assigned to a border garrison. The transition is jarring. The polished floors of the dojo are replaced by the mud of the mountain passes. You are a low-ranking retainer, sleeping on a thin mat, eating rice mixed with barley and radishes. You spend your days patrolling the tree line. You are looking for bandits, for spies, for anyone who shouldn't be there. You realize quickly that the stories of glory are a lie told to children. Being a samurai is mostly waiting. It is the itch of a wool cloak against a sweaty neck. It is the sound of wind through the pines. But the peace is a thin veil. Beneath it, the clans are shifting. Alliances are breaking. You are the thin line holding the province together. Stage 3. The first blood. The fog is so thick you can't see the ears of your horse. It is 2 hours before dawn. You are part of a scouting party near the border of the Uesugi lands. Suddenly, the silence breaks. A whistle. An arrow thuds into the tree next to your head. Then, the screaming starts. They come from the brush, 6 of them. Ronin. Masterless men hungry for your armor and your horse. Your heart is an engine, hammering against your ribs. Your training takes over. You don't think. You slide the katana from its scabbard. The sound of steel on wood is the last quiet thing you hear. One man lunges with a spear. You step inside the arc. The world slows down. You see the grime under his fingernails. You see the desperation in his eyes. You swing. The blade doesn't meet resistance like wood does. It slides through meat and bone. The man falls. He isn't screaming. He's making a wet, gurgling sound. You are covered in him. The heat of the blood on your face is shocking in the morning chill. "Regroup!" your commander yells. "To the bridge!" You kill another man before the sun clears the horizon. By the time the skirmish ends, your hands are shaking so violently you can barely sheathe your sword. You look down at your reflection in a puddle. You expected to feel like a hero. Instead, you feel heavy. You feel like you've stepped through a door that is locked behind you. You have taken a life. The gods are watching, and they do not forget. But you have survived, and in this world, survival is the only virtue that matters. Stage 4, the veteran. 10 years have passed. You are now a commander of 30 men. Your armor is no longer the basic black lacquer of a foot soldier. It is ornate, laced with blue silk, topped with a helmet that bears the crest of your lord. You carry the scars of 3 major battles and a dozen duels. Your left ear is notched. Your shins are a map of spear thrusts. You are a master of the yari and the bow, but your greatest weapon is your reputation. Men know your name. When you walk into the council chamber, the younger samurai goes silent. They look at you with the same awe you once had, but you look at them and see ghosts. You see the faces of the friends you've buried. You see the villages you've burned to deny the enemy supplies. The catch is starting to settle in. You are high-ranking. You have a small estate and 3 servants. You have a wife you rarely see, and a son who is currently hitting a wooden post in a dojo, just as you did. But you own nothing. Your horse belongs to your lord. Your land belongs to your lord. Your very life is a loan that can be called in at any moment. You are a gilded slave. "The wind is picking up," your lieutenant says, looking at the dark clouds over the valley. "It's not the wind," you reply, "it's the Oda." The great unification has begun. The old ways of small border skirmishes are over. Thousands of men are moving. Gunpowder is appearing on the battlefield, clumsy, loud tubes that can kill a master swordsman from 50 paces. You hate them. They require no skill, no soul. But they are the future, and you are the past. You spend your nights sharpening your blade by candlelight, wondering if the next battle will be the one where your luck finally runs out. You are at the height of your power, and yet you have never felt more disposable. Stage 5, the siege. The castle is screaming. For 3 weeks you have held the inner gate. The enemy has thousands, you have 80. The stone walls are scorched by fire. The wells are running dry. You haven't taken your armor off in 6 days. The lice crawl under your silk padding, and the smell of rot is everywhere. You are standing on the ramparts when the final assault begins. It isn't a duel, it's a meat grinder. The enemy rushes the gate with a battering ram. You lead the countercharge. You are a whirlwind of steel. You cut down 3 men in the first minute. Your blade is notched, the edge dulled by bone. You switch to your wakizashi. It's close quarters now, teeth and nails. You feel a sharp heat in your side. A spear. You break the shaft and keep fighting, but your legs are getting heavy. "Fall back to the keep," you shout. There are only 12 of you left. You reach the inner sanctum. Your lord is there. He is dressed in white. He is calm. He has already written his death poem. He looks at you and nods. He doesn't need to say the words. You know your duty. You are the Kaishakunin, the second. You stand behind him as he opens his robe. He takes the small knife. He plunges it into his left side and draws it across. His face contorts, but he does not make a sound. You raise your katana. The moonlight catches the steel one last time. You strike. His head falls forward. The debt is paid. But who is left to pay yours? The enemy is at the door. They are shouting your name. They want your head as a trophy. You look at the blood on the floor. You look at the knife. You realize that for 20 years, you have been preparing for this exact 10-second window. Everything, the cold mornings, the training, the kills, the titles, it was all leading to a quiet room and a sharp piece of steel. Stage 6, the end. You sit on the blood-stained tatami. Outside, the castle is falling. The smoke is so thick you can taste it. You aren't afraid. You feel a strange, hollow sense of relief. The The weight of the two swords, the weight of the Matsudaira name, the weight of being a samurai. It's all gone. You take a brush and a small scrap of paper. Your hands are steady now. You write, "Like dew on the grass, I disappear in the morning light. The dream is over." You set the brush down. You remove your top armor. The air feels cold on your skin. You take the short blade. You remember your father's voice from 20 years ago. Pain is a guest. You think of the boy in the dojo. You think of the horse in the fog. You wonder if anyone will remember your name, or if you will just be another nameless ghost in the tall grass of the Sengoku Jidai. "Open the doors," you say to the last remaining servant. The enemy bursts in. They stop when they see you. You don't look at them. You look at the blade. You press the point against your stomach. You lean forward. You don't give them the satisfaction of the kill. You take it yourself. In the end, you were never the master of your life. You were only ever the master of how it ended. There is no glory in the dark.